Looks like we're live. So, you ever have one of those days where you just can't be bothered, where you just want to burn it all down? Well, look, we all have those days. Okay. Today's not one of those days for me, by the way. So, I may have fooled you with the title of this thing. But let's talk about what we can do when we have those days. If you're watching this and you consider yourself an entrepreneur, a business owner who does their client attraction through the social media space, I can relate to you feeling frustrated sometimes. It's what you signed up for. I hate to say it like that, but it is, whether we know it or not, when we choose to hang our own shingle and sort of like blaze our own trail, it's part of what we sign up for, is the days where sometimes it just sucks. So know that going in, and have 2 or 3 strategies ready for when those days come. Here's what I do. I exercise, I go for walks, and occasionally I just allow it to be a bad day and I unplug from everything. So there we go. Look, when you decide that you're going to take this path, whether you know it or not, on some level, what you're saying is, I want to come face to face with all of my limitations. I want to come face to face with all my shortcomings. I want to come face to face with every little sort of trapdoor in my emotional world. And I want to see if I can best them on my way to creating something that, to paraphrase Michael Gerber, the legendary author of the E-Myth book series and builder of the E-Myth Academy, great man. But, he talked about entrepreneurialism and entrepreneurship and being an entrepreneur as having this need to build something concrete, something that operates in the real physical concrete world that generates income. And, that's really the difference between an entrepreneur and someone who, like, for instance, like, might spend their life in meditation and contemplation in order to become a better person. Either way, if you're serious about the journey, you're going to be coming face to face with your shortcomings, your past beliefs, all this stuff. And that's as it should be. It's as it absolutely should be. So what I suggest to you is, first of all, understand that. There's no way you build something without having to deal with your limitations. Okay? You're not going to build anything that outlives you without having to first face your limitations and figure out how to best them. That's the process. In the entrepreneurial world, you also figure out how to generate money and have something, again, that's like a concrete thing in the world. But look, it's going to be hard sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be uncomfortable. And sometimes you're going to have those those moments that are sort of, to me, they're like when you wake up in the middle of the night and it's dark in your room and you're all disoriented. That's a very apt metaphor for me, because you just have that moment where, like, you just don't have any idea what to do, right? Well, we're asking for those as entrepreneurs. We're literally, whether we know it or not, we're raising our hand and saying, give me those. So be prepared. And then have strategies, healthy strategies. Take a break, take a nap, exercise, go on a walk, go shoot your guns, go ride your bike, play with your dogs, like whatever it is, right? Whatever your thing is, be ready and know that at some points in time, you're going to have to do that. You're just going to have to pull the fucking plug for a minute and process. You're just going to have to process. Now, the person who spends their life all in spiritual pursuit, in a way, has it easier than us. Because there are there are no stakes for that person beyond just, wanting to reach a higher level of whatever. For us, there are stakes because the more we create, the more people are involved with whatever we create. And, it is what it is. It makes it more difficult. But again, I stress to you, that's what you signed on for. So what can you do today or tomorrow, or I guess whenever the day is that you're having a really hard time? What are your strategies? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what your strategies are. Mine are pretty simple. Starting from the least severe, I will process. I will run my frustrations through a few filters that I have that have served me well. I will check in with myself, right? Because one of the things that I've noticed is that when we have these moments, like it shows up in our bodies, right? It shows up in you can feel a difference in your physicality. So I check in there. If I can't work through it then, I might go for a walk or exercise, like I said. I also go for drives. Very nice. I live in Northern California, right by the foothills. And so there are some wonderful, wonderful drives. And then, if none of those things work, then I just give myself a day off. I just allow myself, maybe this is the most important thing I can tell you in this broadcast. Every now and then, I want to give you permission to just have a crappy day. Just have a shitty day. It's all right. It'll be okay. Honestly, if it means like, I don't know, eating a frozen pizza in your sweats in front of the TV with whatever it is, right? Just every now and then, just allow yourself to have a crappy day and then get back on the horse the next day. But you've got to have strategies. That's the thing. Because again, what I'm saying to you here is if you signed up to be an entrepreneur, whether you read the fine print or not, you signed up for a bumpy ride full of emotional highs and lows, and you need to be able to strategize how to deal with those. So we all sympathize. Every one of us, no matter what the highlight reels look like on social media, we all know what that feels like. Okay. Nobody is Captain Perfect 24/7. So take this in good health. Understand that sometimes it's going to be tough, and allow yourself that and put strategies in place to cope with it. It'll really, really help you in the long run.